Nobody suggests that an Islamic butcher should be forced to sell pig products. So why should a Christian be forced to provide goods or services for a same-sex wedding against his or her conscience? For the last couple of months, we've been told by same-sex marriage advocates either that redefining marriage has no implications for freedom of conscience, or that those freedoms will be protected in the event that marriage is redefined here in Australia. Yet the Dean Smith bill, promoted by a Liberal backbencher and now endorsed by the opposition Labor caucus, only provides protections in very limited circumstances by providing that no minister of religion, no religious marriage celebrant, and no Defence Force chaplain will be forced to officiate at a same-sex wedding against their beliefs. These exemptions, and let's come back to that language later, these exemptions also provide that religious bodies will not be forced to provide goods or services or to hire facilities for a same-sex wedding against their beliefs. It doesn't preserve freedom of religion more widely than the wedding ceremony itself, and it doesn't preserve freedom of conscience for anybody beyond ministers of religion, religious marriage celebrants, and Defence Force chaplains. No protection for public servants employed in registry offices, no protection for small business owners or their employees involved in what I might call the wedding industry and who may wish to decline involvement in something that is contrary to their sincerely held beliefs. At my local shopping centre, there is a hot food and sandwich shop run by an Islamic couple. They don't supply ham or any other pig products, and I don't know anybody who suggests they should be forced to do so. So why does it seem so ludicrous to suggest that a Christian, or for that matter, anybody else with a conscientious objection to same-sex marriage, should also be protected from being forced to do something against their conscientious beliefs? Now finally, let me address the language of religious exemptions. Language that itself seeks to minimise what is and has been recognised for decades as a fundamental human right. The language of religious exemptions seems to make the case that this or that is good and lawful, but we will make a special case, an exemption, so as not to offend someone's religious sensibilities. However, the United Nations Declaration on Human Rights has recognised for decades that we have the right to freedom of thought, of conscience and religion, the right to hold those beliefs, the right to change those beliefs, and the right to manifest those beliefs in public as well as private. What's more, the United Nations Declaration indicates that the right to manifest one's belief should only be restricted in severely limited circumstances. We should therefore reject the language of religious exemption, and we should instead insist that all legislation protects and preserves the fundamental human right to freedom of thought, freedom of conscience, and freedom of religion.